All right, what's up, guys? So, I had a comment on one of my recent videos, going over the AP farming guide, and they were asking me to show one of my solo runs. So I get that where like one of my solo AP runs, like the one in the screenshot I showed where I gained a ton of AP, and I thought I would do that. And to start off, I can show here I am. Oh, sorry, I am. Where's solos? I am Voyager 2. So you see my entry fee will be 135, and with that, I'm still usually gaining at least about 1,000 AP a game. The build is pretty simple. It's the one I've been running recently. Just kind of high dex, good HP, high move speed build. Fizz power is pretty solid. This is definitely one of my lower end kits of this level. I mean, I have a couple more lying ground. I have this one, and then I just lost one recently. So, I mean, these kits are pretty cheap to build. For example, like this one right here, you could build this generally with about 5,000 gold. It'll probably be a little bit worse than this one, but it's not super expensive to build. You kind of just make use of your shield perks here, like shield mastery and counterattack, to make up for the fact that you have very low resistances. Primarily your PDR, MR, kind of just have to dodge spells or outplay them. It's about what it is, what it is. When you want to have, when you want to like have a bunch of other stats, you gotta give up something, and MR is the one you end up giving up in this build. And I know you're running, you run Barbuda, but the main reason for running Barbuda is kind of just to counteract the negatives of having Fine Curious, so you're not like at a negative amount, or like you see, I'm pretty low here, 1.2%. With Barbuda though, it brings it up to 8, and it gives me, excuse me, that dexterity and action speed that I do want. So we're just gonna queue up and get right in this. I think something about this season, I've really enjoyed the AP grind this season because it's a lot different than what it's normally like. How it is this season is very, you have to be very active this season to really gain AP, especially at the higher ranks. And really what that means is instead of, like I think in previous seasons and everything except the kill, like the kill leaderboards, like where they counted that type of thing, you had to really just do one thing to get AP, and that was to collect treasure, right? Do boss, hit the treasure pile. That ended up being a large portion of your AP. I'd say probably like, 60, 70% of it, and the other 30% was everything else you did during the raid. However, on here, I think AP split pretty evenly into about 3 or 4 categories, which I think is definitely a lot better. You have your kills, which are definitely really heavily weighted early, not as much so later. Then you have like prop interaction, which is like your portals and shrines, your mini boss killing, which very self-explanatory, and then just going down in the dungeon will give you a flat 200 from ruins to crypts, and then crypts to inferno, so you get 100 each, 200 total. But once you really learn about how the AP system works, I do think more people will enjoy it. Because the thing is, if you really pay attention to it, it's like, yes, you can min-max it like I've been doing, which, I mean, obviously that's something I enjoy a lot. But then, on the other hand, what you can do is just by normally playing the game, you kind of gain a ton of AP like that, right? Like, let's say you're in Demigod. The Demigod entry fee for Crypts is like 285, I think, somewhere around there. 265, it's 285. It's like high 200s. If you just go down to the second floor, that's 200 AP. So then you only have to make up another, less than 100 AP to cover your entry fee. So even if, you're not climbing, you're not really losing much either. So just, going down, killing some mini bosses, opening some portals, killing boss, that literally will cover your entry fee. So you don't have to really worry about losing as much like previous seasons. Previous seasons, that if you didn't get like a solid run, you were going to come out at a minus 700 or whatever it was. Now to start off with here, this isn't like the greatest spawn. I usually like spawning a bit higher on the map just so I can get a little bit more active in the PvP. So, but there's some there's like a couple things you can do around here. Primarily, you grab shrines, head middle. You can still get active for PvP here. It's just not nearly as much. But we open this right here. We have this prot shrine right here. We can run through middle. We do have a zombie, which is probably gonna fart at me, and that's gonna be really annoying because I'm gonna take like half my health bar to this. Yep, that's pretty fun. But anyways, so we can go through west over here and head towards middle. Grab that speed shrine there and start looking for some more PvP. To get a little bit of PvP AP. And I do think that... Oh, gotta kill this because I made it through. I do think that on ruins, like in the first few minutes of the game, that's where most of the fighting happens. So if you don't really fight in like the first few minutes to get kills, you're not going to see a lot of people later. You'll see a handful here and there, but like I said, most of them do die pretty early on, just because of how the spawns work on this map. And we hear somebody up here to our left. That sounds like a fighter. Kind of slow, maybe a falchion. Oh, that is a crystal sword fighter. And thing is, you do have to be kind of careful fighting here early, because if you're unlucky, you can very easily get third party, like from behind. People are always tracking through middle. Very common area to move through. We got the shield mastery benefit. He's going to pop sprint, second win here. Should just be able to out DPS him. Get a block in here for fun. And that is one kill down. People really don't expect the burst of speed you get from counterattack. And sprint, it's really, really nice. This guy's gear is kind of whatever. I'm just going to grab some pots. Also grab some lockpicks. Got to kind of forget to get them. Lockpicks are definitely not that bad. And just grab this. Grab his rings. Legendary ring, not bad. Add fizz, action speed, that's also decent. Grab the surge kit, and then we're going to keep on going. So one thing about this map is, generally speaking, I don't really like to mess around with mini-bosses or anything early on in Ruins. I think they're not really worth it. Going around and getting kills is usually way more valuable, because these early like floor mini-bosses just aren't worth very much. And it's really, really contested. Like, a lot of the areas, like, you know, for example, here, like, if I want to go down and kill the worm or the golem, whatever spawns, I'm putting myself in a very, very vulnerable position to do that. And I really don't like going down there, because I just feel like I'm going to die. We have a wizard here. I'm going to pop a magic prop pots. He's got the skeleton on him now. He's probably going to back off to his door. If I had to guess. Or he's just going to out-invis and aggro onto me. He ran, which is okay. Okay, I got blocked out again. It's really fun. Gonna re-up on our magic prop pot. See what he's going to do here. Looks like he really likes his explosions. Guy is dead. That was scary. I heard his body fell. It made like a stepping sound. So yeah, counterattack already showing how much value it gives. It's just insane in the chase down, whether that's to engage or chase somebody that's trying to run from you like that guy. You saw he was bunny hopping. Didn't really matter though, because that 10% move speed is a ton. And we're gonna grab these shrines because shrines are nice AP. Reload your crossbow, because if you do, or if you forget, then it could never get the chance. Let's see what this guy's rocking. Some decent stuff. Nothing crazy here, just grab it. Max health book, whatever. And I mean the rest of it, I think pretty sure his crystal sword sells for more. Grab his pots. Probably gonna toss this out. You're a panther, which is obviously pretty scary. He doesn't have, okay, he has Frostlight on, but he doesn't have Dreamwalk, which means either he was just fighting somebody or he's not running it, which I don't know what that means. It just means he's kind of an idiot. But he's still a Druid player, so we have to respect that, because Druid's broken. And I will say, fighting a Druid is pretty dumb. Not because, you know, if they could kill you, but usually just because you can't kill them, and they will just run around and waste your time. He's going to go bear form here. Yeah, see, like, this is... This is kind of what I mean. Druids just... And they just kind of troll you, and... He's gonna drop a tree in on me here in a second. Or he's gonna Dreamfire me. And really, I'm just wasting my time right now doing literally nothing for fun. He's just holding a Dreamfire on the corner. Perfect block there, and he runs. And this is why people say Druid's broken. I mean, I'm literally pretty much getting punished for hitting this guy. This is why a druid is. When people say druid is broken, this is why. It's because they can just they play as bad as they want and they just run from you and you can't really chase them. And you could be like, oh, if you had Molotov there, you could have killed him. I mean, maybe. It's a possibility, or he could have just turned back into a human. So, yeah, fighting a druid, kind of just wasting my time, not really doing anything. Honestly, like it doesn't really matter because you don't really, like I said, you don't really do much on ruins anyways. So it's like if this were Crypts, I wouldn't really want to take that kind of fight because, like I said, it would just be wasting my time. But if you're doing it later on, you know, I can come up to this guy and re-up my pots, which is nice. But if I were fighting this guy in like sorry, I'm blanking here. Like Crypts, for example, or Inferno, that would be like a huge AP loss. But really, all you're doing on this map is you're kind of just AFKing, trying to see if you can get AP anywhere, whether that be portals, shrines, kills, whatever, until you can go down to the later floors, where you really get your AP. And I'm not going to stop for my second win, which is kind of risky, but I also want to be able to run around and get all these portals as they're spawning. Because each set of portals is 45 AP, so 15 per, which is really nice. You see, they're all spawned now. And that druid, I'm sure I will see him again shortly. And truthfully speaking, druid's one of the most annoying characters to fight as a fighter. If they're dumb enough to, or if they're smart enough to spam left click, because if they spam left click, you can't really get to them close enough to hit them. And if you're running crossbow like I am, then you're kind of punished for that too, because you can't really reload. Like if you do, they just kind of like, you know, panther jump at you, you swap, and they just bear form and walk away, that type of thing. It's pretty annoying, but, you know, here's what it is. Somebody here, ranger. So this guy could easily have shotgun. He's very geared, as you can see. And this guy's going to get away from me very likely because I'm too slow to catch him. Maybe I can make it to this door? Nope. And we get him. Now we have to heal and hope the druid doesn't show up to kill us. Because one thing about druids is they won't just like leave you alone, they will literally track you around the map. Kind of lore accurate gameplay. Kind of got lucky that guy decided to stop and spear us. He like kind of overestimated his damage. Oh, looks like this guy killed some really juicy fighter for us too. Which means we will be dropping some good stuff. Campfires, store in a bar. And I'm not the best at Tetris, so I do apologize. Max health Braves, pretty nice. I guess I'll put those, do this. And, you know, there's still some stuff here that is kind of pretty good, but it is what it is. Can't really grab it always. I'm gonna grab, oh, I grabbed the wrong set of pots, but that's okay. I want to hopefully get a depot off, just so I can drop some of this stuff off before going down. Oh yeah, this guy has some really nice stuff. Normally I would try to stop and get these portals, but because I'm trying to get a depot off so I can drop this gear off and free up my space, I'm just going to go ahead and go straight down. But going for those portals is definitely the most optimal, and looks like I do get some time to drop stuff off, maybe. You know, well, that's fine. I dropped most of it off. Wasted a pot there, kind of troll, is what it is, though. Most important thing is to free up my inventory space so I can put my potions back on my bar. So, what was that? 3 kills, I believe? We killed the wizard, the fighter, the ranger, druid got away. So yeah, we got 3 kills there, which is pretty good. Not bad. Hit 6 portals. Did we hit 6 portals? I'm not sure, because I started fighting him. I actually don't even remember. Hit at least 3 portals, though. Hit a couple shrines, too, which is pretty good. So definitely not awful AP. Really, what it comes to on the first floor is usually, like, you know, the kills you get, just the rank they are, that it kind of determines how much you're going to get. Sometimes you get a lot, sometimes you only get about 100 to 200, is what it is. And like I said, the second floor, this floor is pretty solid. It's definitely not fantastic. Certain modules aren't bad. This one's okay. You have a lot of portals you can clear too. This one, and these over here. Usually, you're guaranteed to get at least 2. I'll normally grab these 2 sets and take the reds here. Sometimes I'll grab these 2. It really depends. It's very hard to get all 3, just because if you're like depending on where your positioning on the map is. Like moving from one to the other, without like it's really like a luck thing because you need them to spawn beside you at the right time. That's really what it comes down to. Just clean up my inventory a little bit before I keep going. Here we go. Put this down. Always good to have a clean inventory just so you can kind of like see what you're working with, your space and everything. There we go. As you see, I'm getting pretty low on bandages. It's definitely not ideal, but should be fine. Bandages are more for PvP healing. PvE healing, health pots are usually pretty fine. And this room does have big chests, but I don't really like to hit it because it's kind of a pain to clear. There's a lot of mobs you have to clear. It takes a long time, and it's just not really worth it. All of that for one big chest. Definitely not ideal. They're a lot more efficient things you can head off the map. We have all these shrines, like shrine here. We have the ones in the underside of pyramid. We have big chests, which is why lockpicks are nice. Generally, I won't go for the chest if they're out of my way, but if they're like, on my path, like this one right here, then it's pretty solid to get. And I'll usually try to clear the blues as I'm moving around. We did only kill, I believe, 3 people, so there definitely could be people down here. Other than that druid, we didn't see anyone else. The ranger killed at least 1. The druid probably killed 1 if I had to guess, just based on where he was and everything. If the druid hasn't killed at least 1 person, that would be pretty shocking. But grab these, grab the pots. Good one. So I'd say we're probably looking at 1 to 2 people down here max. Maybe more, but probably not. Especially for the time I'm playing. It's pretty late at night. Not as many people on right now. Clear these. Grab the chest in here if it's a lion's head or a golden one. Once again, these upper floors are pretty casual when it comes to farming. You don't really need to be too sweaty. You have a lot more free time. Hell is where you really have the biggest AP gain, and you really want to max your time properly. Nothing really crazy in here. Got the magic prop pot, get the shrine. As I'm sure you guys are kind of noticing, you really want to be moving around the map in relation to where multiple things are. You don't ever want to be going somewhere just for one thing. Because usually if you are, it's just not very good. And I am pretty scared of that druid just because based on how that first fight went, I don't really think I can kill him. It's not impossible, but it would definitely rely on him messing up. He messed up pretty hard in that first one. He let me get too close to him where he couldn't transform into bear, and I almost killed him. But he did still manage to get away from me. And druids are almost always going down red because they're just the AP farmers. They're the new rogues and the new warlocks. Druids are just the best AP farming class because they can run away really easily and kill really easily. So I do expect to see him down here somewhere. Clear out all these bats, get these chests up here. And there it is. And this map is pretty bad for fighting druids too. Oh, explosive vital. That actually could be the deciding factor later. If I remember to use it, that is. I never use them, so it's very likely I just forget, even if I have it on my bar. And I will go down here and get this underside just because they're usually, there's at least the Royal Coffin and the Lion's Head. Could be 2 shrines, and if so, big AP gains. Yep. Let's see what we got here. Okay, well, we got 2 Lion's Heads, no shrines, it's fine. Lion's Heads are solid AP. This is pretty dangerous too, because like if this guy were to find me and drop down here with me like pulling these mummies, I mean I'm just instantly dead. Unless he's like really, really bad, but I mean, how hard is it to left click in a tight space as a bear, you know? I'm sure a lot of you are like, why am I leaving all this AP behind? And it's just because, honestly, or not AP, the sellables behind. It's honestly, I just don't really care that much. Like, I'll take something like really good every now and then, but other than that, I just can't really be asked to stop and like sort my inventory every time. I'd much rather grab things like potions or these like things I can sell that are selling for a lot more rather than just like an individual sellable. And I will clear these blues up here before heading towards middle, just so I can come back later and hit them for the AP. And this is one room I don't really like clearing the middle part just because it's kind of annoying. If you get a Nightmare Mage, it could be like, it could take a little longer because he bubbles himself and things like that. I don't really like waiting on it. I will go through the maze towards middle. Golden chest. I mean, I don't really have any lockpicks left. I'm gonna use this last one in hell. I might as well use it there when I have like the free time. I'm gonna take. Actually, you know, I'm gonna go through here. I think that was the blues over in church. Which kind of sucks they spawned there. I mean, I'll get them later, but if they would have spawned right away, I could have saved a lot of time. Now I'm gonna have to run back there and open them later. Looks like the skeletons and everything's still alive, which means, well, this kind of tells me the druid might not be down here. Just because I haven't seen him anywhere else on the top side of the map. There are still places he could be, like, you know, he could be all the way top right, killing skeleton champions and Wraith. Definitely doesn't mean he's not down here, but it could. Pretty good indicator. Usually this would be cleared by now of some sort. Like, I mean, this area up here is, like, decent for AP because there's some good chests in here, and there's a skeleton champion and Wraith. Other than that, it's not a lot. Usually they would move closer into the map around here, going up to this top left area, because that is usually where the best AP is. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to try to clear this room in here just for the portals, see if they're up. I'm going to peek in. If they're up, I'm going to clear it, open them, and then I'm going to run back up north. And if they're not, then I will just head back up there anyways. See, they are up, so this actually could be pretty good. It is a Nightmare Mage, though, which is kind of a pain. If I get him to fireball himself and maybe kill himself here, it'd be really big. He shields, it's bad. Nah, it's really bad. Yeah, that kind of removes my chances of getting every portal now. Maybe. I mean, I still have a lot of time, so it's definitely doable, but I have a really slow portal opening speed, so... And it's quite a distance from here all the way back over here. But we're going to try it. I have everything cleared, so it's certainly an option. Get a bat annoying me. Waste a little bit more time. I've got somewhere around, I'd say about 2 minutes left. That's not a lot. It's also not a little. I'm just going to see. Also, with the way I path here, it makes it kind of bad. So I might have to take, like, the pathing I didn't clear. Yeah, I'm just going to take this pathing back this way and try to get it. If I get unlucky and there's like nightmares or something on the way, then maybe I don't have enough time, but I should. And looks like we're getting lucky today. Nice. Wait, you hear the portal spawn. Close the door so that thing doesn't follow me. And then, yeah, looks like we're going to be able to get all the portals. So I should have at least a full minute left after this. And it's definitely not going to take me that long to get the blue portals there and drop to the red. We haven't seen the druid yet. I'm not completely convinced he's not down here still, because I have had games like this where I'm like, okay, there's no one here, and then I see them in hell. But it definitely looks like he might have not come down. Whether he died or what, I don't know, but hey, no complaining out of me. And like I said, I could go for this gold chest down here, but with only one lockpick left, like I said, I'm going to use it in hell anyways. Not really a big deal to not get this. And we're just going to go ahead and head out. Haven't even looked at really the items I've pulled up some of those guys. Some of it's pretty solid, it looks like. Good. I mean, true damage armor solid, max health. It looks like I got a good amount. Looks like, I mean, I'm pretty sure some of those pieces I've got, I can probably sell them, I'd say. The max health legendary plate sells for at least a few hundred. All of this jewelry sells like about a couple hundred. I believe a true damage Grimmy is like 1,000 gold minimum when I checked earlier, so decent. I've made probably somewhere around, what, maybe like 5 to 6K, if I'm being like generous, or not generous, if I'm being like a low estimate. Not being generous, I guess. And then on to hell. Hopefully, if we get it, there's a couple really good spawns you can get. This is not one of them, but it's certainly, this isn't the worst spawn, but there are definitely way better spawns you could get. This is pretty, so the thing is, I'm not actually sure if these bats count as mini bosses. If they are, this is good, but like I said, I genuinely don't know. And if you have a shield, it makes these things incredibly trivial. We do have these annoying little bugs on us, which are out of our range, so just crossbow them. Yeah, if these things count as mini-bosses, this is fantastic, but I'm pretty sure they don't. It would make sense if they didn't. Skeleton mages don't count. I could see these guys not counting as well. But this is a pretty solid spawn to get AP. You have a lot of mini-bosses on this map, which is nice. It's not the best. I think the other module's a little bit better because they're a lot more condensed and you have a lot more chests alongside them. But it certainly isn't a bad one. This one allows you to get portals a lot easier because the portals are super close by and really easy to clear. Just go ahead and start working on clearing all these. Hell mini bosses are literally the biggest source of AP you're going to get, barring like the high value kills on other players, because like a Centaur and a Berserker are like 50 apiece. It's actually pretty insane. Whoever is balancing the AP certainly hit the scale a little bit with this one. Alright, that's dead. Aggro the Berserker if we can. He's going to run away. Pull him. I had someone ask me if prop interaction count, like if you loot the corpse of an enemy that you killed, does that count for prop interaction? And honestly, I'm not even sure. Actually, just going to jump up here and cheese this. It's a little bit faster because I can guarantee the headshots. And I get sweet spotted every time. Sometimes if you do the cheese like I'm doing, you hit him in the arm. It's kind of annoying. Also, it's a chance to get hit. This removes all that. Always kind of going to be looking over just in case I see the druid come flying across the room at me, because that is absolutely possible, and it definitely could happen. Legendary cultist pants. Cool. No one uses those. I got the archer. I'm probably going to try to avoid the dogs if possible. They're not really worth killing. No AP for killing them. Don't really need to go over there for anything. I'll probably end up aggroing them if I'm unlucky whenever I go for this chest, but, you know, it is what it is. Wraith, kill it the exact same way. Just cheese it right over here on the red shrine. Pretty much everything in this room can be cheesed on this red shrine if you really want to. Don't forget to crouch jump. Obviously, you don't need to, but it definitely saves you the HP, and it's a lot safer, especially if you're worried about someone showing up. Because this way, like I said, there's literally no chance of getting hit. Normally, I would cheese it right over there on that little step right there my cursor is, but if I do that, I'm going to have to pull the dogs, and I don't really want to pull them. Then you can come up here with these skeletons, jump right on top of this chest, and go them this way. They'll hit you sometimes, but all you got to do is jump it and you'll be fine. One thing that is worth noting is you don't really want to come up here with the Wraith like this, because if you do, the skeleton's going to attack you and kill the Wraith. And if they kill that, you get no AP. Last lockpick, hopefully I don't fail. We slammed that. Just goat things. And now all we have left are going to be, hopefully, unlocked chests. Sellables, 5 move speed boots, don't really care. They're definitely worth taking, but I'm just too lazy, honestly. Now we're going to move up here, try to clear these 2 modules. These are pretty much just the most worth ones. I might come back for those chests, tap them later if I have time. But for now, I'm just going to try to rush up here and get everything, because there are a lot of things in this map you can get. I did say it's not as good as the other one, but that doesn't mean this one is bad by any means. It's still very, very good for AP. And it's significantly better than Ruins or Crypts. We have 2 dogs here. Just stab them a couple times. Dogs down. Open this chest. We can use this the cheese skeleton champion on later out of this room. But before that, we're going to go ahead and clear these things over here. Clear the bat and the centaur. If we're lucky, we can aggro the centaur without him running away. Nice. We've got really good pacing so far in this run, so this should be definitely a pretty high AP gain, I'll say. Not sure exactly how much, because I'm not that good at gaining AP yet that I can really call out the numbers. And, like I said, kills obviously play a pretty big part in it, just like the rarity, or the ranking of the players you kill plays a pretty big part in how much AP you gain. And then, one last thing, if you don't know where this bat is up here, just take a torch, throw it up there, find it, boom, shoot it, you can pull it down. No risk of walking out and aggroing the archer. I am constantly checking behind me, as you guys see, just in case, because I am paranoid. Okay, I'm bad also. Okay, I'm bad times 2. I was so used to the nightmare bats timing that these guys started kicking me slower, and it completely caught me off. And, alright, there's that archer that I was talking about. I'm just going to pull him all the way over here, so we don't have to worry about aggroing anything else. Pull him out, and then walk up and kill him. I don't really care about taking damage, because there's a health shrine right there I'm going to grab. And boom. Grab my torch back so I can see things later, and then we're going to loot these chests, then move on to the next room. Blue's opened early there, which is pretty nice. Also, since you cleared this early, you can get this power shrine, and it'll help you kill the Skelly Champ. Then I'm going to walk back over on this side so I don't pull this archer underneath, because if I do and it aggroes, I'm going to have to wait for it to come down to kill it. It's going to waste a little bit more time. Dogs are making sounds from the graves. That's kind of scary, but that's okay. Go ahead and slap these portals open, and then we're going to try to clear this room. If I'm really fast, there's a chance I'm able to clear this room, run by, get the bats here, and then I'll head all the way down to Spider Room, but that's incredibly unlikely. I think this room just takes a little bit too long to clear. There's too many mobs in it. Pull this guy, wait for him to come over here, and then we can cheese him right on top of this chest. Power shrine, so we kill him even faster than normal, which is really nice. Miss him a couple times, this is what it is. Hit his shield there somehow. And he should be dead right there. Loot him, never know if you get a gold key. I didn't, I'm unlucky. Got lockpicks, which is actually pretty nice, because usually there are going to be chests in this room. So there's a couple ways you can go about clearing this. You could just walk straight in here and clear it, which I'm pretty sure is less efficient. However, it does let you clear it, you do get to tap this chest right here, which is pretty nice. The downside to clearing this room is, like I said, there are a ton of mobs in here that you have to clear. Primarily these these archers and the zombies, which are really a big pain in the ass. especially the zombie, if it spits, which it almost always will, unless you have incredibly high damage or something, it's just going to run around and annoy you. However, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to move over here, try to grab this chest really quick. Boom, got the chest, awesome. Grab health shrine. Skeleton aggroed onto me, not really a big deal. So there's a chance I don't make it to these to get these blue portals. However, it is definitely more worth to clear this up here instead of going there, just because we have the Wraith, we have a golden chest or a lion's head, and then we have 3 shrines, which are really, really good. If you grab all of this, it's definitely worth more than just 3 portals, which there is still a chance I have time to go over there. I don't really have a lot to clear over there, so it's certainly possible. I'd say I maybe have somewhere around, what, 3 minutes left? Let's see. And I am going to try to push this to the limit as much as possible without really risking my life. Because I don't have the dog cleared, so I have to go the back way. So there's a chance I don't have time. It's looking like I might not, but like I said, we will see. Gonna get this Wraith and this Lion's Head. I may skip the chest, because I'm thinking that's gonna save me a little bit of time, in which case I should be able to make it. Alright, grab this, jump out the window, and let's go. And this is what I'm doing right now is incredibly risky, and I don't recommend it. However, if you really want to get those min-max AP grinds, you gotta risk it sometimes. You know how it is. So I do have to run around here, go all the way around, go up top, kill 1 bat, and then I should be good for these portals. If anything goes wrong, I'm probably dead. However, we're just gonna hope that doesn't happen. With only 1 bat, it shouldn't really be too much of an issue. I should have plenty of time. Should. Looks like I'm going to, which means I'm gonna grab this power shrine. And no, I'm not, because I'm a coward. I don't need to bother with you. Loot his body just in case. Boom. And now we open these 3 portals. Yeah, I could have grabbed the power shrine, but it's pretty close. I have a really slow portal opening speed, so no reason to risk it. I could probably drop down and get it. Nah, I'm too slow. Alright. And let's see how much we get. I'm gonna guess 1232. Let's see. It's probably gonna be way lower than that. But it was a pretty good AP game. 1086. Not bad. I mean, this is kind of just showing, like, you know, let's say if I were Demigod, it would be another minus 150. So I would still be pulling over 900 AP all the way in Voyager 2, I believe I was before that. Let's see. Yeah, I'm at 1280. So yeah, I was still Voyager 2 before this. So yeah, this is all the way up to Voyager 2. You can still be easily pulling 1,000 plus AP a game, like I showed. Obviously, some games are going to be better than others. I actually didn't look to see how much kill AP I got for that. But yeah. It's definitely not bad. You know, like I said, another 150 for Demigod, 285. So even then, I'd still be getting 900 plus. I just kind of wanted to show that even in these high ranks, you can still pull a ton of AP, and there's a lot of different ways to do it. And, you know, just give a little insight in exactly how I do it and my thought process behind it. But with that being said, yeah, I will catch you guys next time. Peace.